Welcome to Adams County Supervised Release Program. We are going to go over the program as it applies to you based on your specific supervision level. You are ordered to this program by a judge. As a condition of your bond or summons, you will remain on this program as long as you are on bond and summons and have a future court date. Once you are sentenced or a judge removes SRP as a condition, you will no longer have to report to SRP. The requirements: telephone check-in calls, random UAs, office visits, and GPS. Each of you have been assigned a supervision level based on your current charges and criminal history, so each packet is unique to you. In the right-hand corner of your packet, please verify that it is your name on the packet. Your name will be at the top right-hand corner. Underneath that will be your SRP check-in number, then your case manager's name, our mainline phone number, and our email. Telephone check-in calls. You have been assigned a day or days to check in with your assigned case manager. You can reach your case manager at the highlighted number. You can call between the hours of 12:01 a.m. and 11:59 p.m. If you missed calling in on your assigned day or days, please call the next day, as we would rather report to the judge a late call rather than no call. We will accept late calls only if it is the following day. You will get a voicemail when calling your case manager's line. Please leave a message with your first and last name, as well as your SRP check-in number and any contact changes you have. Those contact changes will include a new phone number, address, or employment. Police contact is when an officer runs your name at a traffic stop, a park, home or party, or any other location. If nothing has changed, please leave your first and last name and your SRP number and say, "No changes, no police contact," or "I'm checking in." If you leave a voicemail, you will get checked in. You do not need to call back and see if the message was received. If you have a question, please leave the specific question in your message so when we call you back, we can give you an answer. However, if you need immediate help or clarity, please call our mainline phone number. Please remember, we have many people on the program who may have the same last name, so it is important to leave your SRP check-in number as well. Also, your case manager may know who you are, but if someone else is checking their messages, this person may not know who you are. If we cannot understand your message, you will not get checked in. Speak slowly and clearly. Always call from the number given on your personal history form. You are under our supervision, so you must clear your voicemails so we are able to leave a message. Again, make sure you are calling on your specific check-in day or days. You have all day to do it. If you call the next day, it will be considered late, and we must report to the courts about late check-in calls. However, a late check-in call is better than no check-in call. If your check-in call falls on a holiday, you will need to call and check in. Random UAs. Everyone has been assigned a UA ID number. Do not get this number confused with your SRP check-in number. You must call 720-710-4359 every day between the hours of 5 a.m. and 5:59 p.m. You will not be able to access this line before 5 a.m. or after 5:59 p.m. Once you enter your UAID number, follow the prompts. The line will confirm the first 3 letters of your last name. It will say, "You are required to test today," or "Do not test today." Your supervision plan will list your UA frequency. You will either test 2 times a week or 2 times a month. We have a contract with intervention. Your UAID number is only valid at intervention locations. The list of addresses is in the packet you were provided at orientation. If you submit your UAs with intervention, it will cost $24 for your UA. You should plan on taking exact change. You must take a valid picture ID with you every time you submit a UA at intervention. Please let us know if you do not have an ID so that we can upload your photo into their system. If you do not have an ID, you can only go to the intervention locations. The first time you submit a UA, fill out the form with intervention staff and leave the form with them. This allows them to send us your UA results. We do not allow makeups for UAs. You must submit your UA the day you are instructed to. We recommend calling the UA line first thing in the morning so you can plan your day to fit your UA in your schedule. We cannot excuse UAs for any reason except for medical. You will be excused if you provide hospital paperwork that includes an admit and discharge date and a doctor's note that specifically states you are physically unable to do a UA. You can request doing a UA through the hospital as well. It is unknown if it will cost extra. For COVID, we are not accepting at-home COVID tests. You need to test at a doctor's office, urgent care, Walgreens, etc., and email us the results. We do not have vouchers. The UA fee is your responsibility. If you cannot submit a UA because you can't afford it, you can let your case manager and public defender know why you didn't submit it. It will still count as a no-show, but we will know why you weren't able to submit it. You may submit your UAs at any other testing facility. However, your UAID number is only valid at intervention locations. If you submit at another location, you will tell them you are a walk-in client. It is then your responsibility to make sure those results are sent to your case manager. They can be emailed to the email address provided on your paperwork by either yourself or the UA testing facility. All UAs must be a 9-panel UA with ETG testing included, must be observed, and it must be sent to a lab. You will also keep your case manager informed of where you submit your UAs. Keep in mind, other locations may cost more money. Your UA must be submitted by midnight the day you are instructed to provide a UA. The only location open this late is ICCS Kindle, located in Lakewood. You will need to be there by 11 p.m. to have your UA submitted by midnight. Office visits. Based on your supervision level, you will be scheduled for an office visit before leaving today. Your supervision plan will specify what is required for you. If you need to reschedule or need to come in earlier or later, you may call and speak with your case manager about this. Office hours. We are here every day from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., including weekends and holidays. On weekends, we do not unlock the front door, but are available by phone or appointment only. GPS. GPS clients are expected to follow all rules and expectations, or they will be considered non-compliant and a warrant could be sought for your arrest. GPS clients are responsible for maintaining their battery level on their GPS unit and will ensure the battery for the unit is charged and the unit does not reach low battery status. Charging requirements are 1 full charge daily. Charge should take approximately 1 to 2 hours to complete, and not while sleeping, as the charging cord could come out of the wall or unit. Failure to meet the charging requirements as stated above will result in a schedule requiring you to be at the office charging at a certain time for 2 hours daily and up to 5 days consecutively. Failure to follow that schedule can result in a warrant. If a low battery alert is received, you must recharge the battery immediately. Failure to do so could result in a warrant being sought for your arrest. GPS clients are required to come into the office once a month to have units inspected, and more often if needed. GPS clients are required to have a contact phone which can be answered 24 hours a day. If a GPS client is contacted, they must answer or return the call within 30 minutes of receiving it. If the call is not returned, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. If you have a voicemail, it must be set up and not full of messages. For GPS issues occurring between the hours of 7 p.m. and 8 a.m., please contact the on-call phone at 720-697-4772. Text messages are unacceptable. If you are notified to contact your case manager via your GPS, you must call either the SRP main line, 720-322-1390, or the on-call line listed above, depending on the time you are notified, immediately. Failure to do so may result in a warrant. If you are aware of your exclusion zones, you must always stay away from them unless a civil standby is coordinated through the law enforcement agency. You must advise SRP prior to starting your civil assist. SRP can be reached at 720-322-1390 or after hours at 720-697-4772. If you're going into an area which may affect the ability of the GPS to track your location, mountains, airplane, anywhere there is no cell service, you must notify your case manager immediately and make arrangements to be able to be contacted and tracked. This may require you leaving the area at periods of time to get a trace on your unit. If you are granted permission to leave the state or travel in-state, SRP will require an itinerary of your travels. And to have GPS unit issues, you will be responsible to return as quickly as able to the SRP office or jail and stay in continual contact with your case manager until you have had the unit checked or replaced. When charging the unit, only the charging cable issued will be allowed. No aftermarket charging devices for the automobile or unit will be allowed due to damaging the internal hardware, and no charging into an extension cord, as the results are the same. Court. Your next court is at the bottom of your paperwork. Prior to your court date, a compliance letter will be sent to the judge, DA, and public defender. This report only states the facts. We document if you called late or missed any check-in calls, missed any UAs, and if any UAs were returned positive, and for what drugs. If you hire an attorney, they will have access through the courts to this report as well. Terms and conditions. Number 1, the defendant shall contact the supervised release office as instructed. This is calling on your assigned day or days to check in with your case manager. Calling SRP within 24 hours of release. and GPS clients if something happens to your GPS or for emergencies. Number 2, the defendant is restrained from harassing, molesting, or intimidating any witness or victim in this case. Number 3, the defendant shall not contact the victim unless it's approved by the court. If you have a protection order that has been modified, we recommend keeping a paper copy with you in case it doesn't get updated in the system. Number 4, the defendant shall appear at all court hearings. If you forget your court date or lose your paperwork, you can call us. We can look into your court date and give it to you. If you miss your court date, the judge will automatically issue a bench warrant for your failure to appear. Number 5, the defendant does not violate any federal, state, or municipal laws while on supervision. If you have police contact, we will be notified. You need to call and report it to your case manager and let us know what happened. New law violations are a direct violation of the SRP program and a warrant will be issued. Number 6, the defendant shall establish a residence, and if any changes in residence or contact phone number occur, the defendant shall notify the supervised release office. You are released on bond and required to be supervised. We cannot supervise you if we cannot contact you. If you are not complying with the program, we will try to contact you to help you get in compliance. If you changed your phone number and didn't tell us, or if your phone was disconnected, we are unable to supervise you as we cannot make contact. At this point, our only option is to request that your bond be revoked. Always make sure your case manager knows how to get in contact with you. Number 7, the defendant shall participate in all programs ordered by the court. That includes this program and anything else the courts may have ordered, probation, parole, or court-ordered classes, etc. Number 8, the defendant will not use controlled substances, dangerous or abusable drugs without a prescription. This includes alcohol and marijuana. If your first UA is positive for marijuana, the levels need to decrease with each UA. If you are on prescription medication that may show up in your UA or have a valid medical marijuana card, you will need a copy of the medical marijuana card and pill bottle. You can email or bring this paperwork to the office. If you have a protection order, keep in mind that also prohibits you from using drugs or alcohol. Number 9, the defendant will submit to drug testing as instructed by the supervised release office. This is calling the daily UA line and submitting your UA as instructed. Out-of-state travel. If you have a Class 1 felony charge, you need permission from the judge. Your bond or protection order cannot specifically state you cannot travel out of state. Email us when you are going and for how long and what your plan is for your UAs or GPS. Out of country travel, you need permission from the court to be excused from UAs over the time you will be out of the country. Any questions?